Here is how I went from a 16-year-old student with $50 to my name to becoming an official growth partner for service-based companies all across the world. Back when I was 15 years old, I had no sense of purpose, no vision, but I always knew that I was meant for more. I still remember this to this day. When I was 16 years old, I was sitting in the hall of high school and there was someone on the stage who was the highest performing school student, 3 years older than me. And I still remember him talking about a speech, about work ethic, and about drive. And so when I hit year 11, something switched in my brain and I knew that I was going to be the hardest working person ever. So when I hit year 11, which was 17 years old again, I started working every single night from 3 p.m. So coming from school from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and from 3 p.m. till 7 p.m. I was working and just studying. And that was my whole day from Monday to Friday. I spent my Friday and Saturday nights at a library working because I didn't know what else to do. And I knew from that day forward, I made a decision that no one was going to outwork me. So from year 11 to year 12, I spent all my weekends, every single night, studying and focusing on becoming a grade A student. So basically, I went from a C student in year 10 all the way up to finishing my final HSC results, which is your final exams, with a 97%. Now during that period from finishing high school and finishing my final exams, I knew I was meant for more. I knew that I didn't want to just be studying and not making money. I knew that with this work ethic, I could do anything that I wanted and the habits that I built up. So as I graduated high school, I remember typing up on YouTube how to make money online. And a video of someone called Eamon Gazzi came up. It was a 40-minute video. And I remember watching that video and thinking, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So after that night, I remember spending about a week studying it. I remember talking to my best mate, who's my business partner now, at the gym and telling him, you have to watch this video, watch it please, and then come back to me. After around 2 weeks, we ended up making a decision that we're going to stop focusing too much time on our final exams and start to spend all our time on growing this company and building a company. And that was the birth of our company that is still to this day called A&A Media. And it stands for Angus Nicholas Agency. Very basic name, but that was the birth of our company. So moving forward, from that day we made the decision, we started waking up at 4 a.m. every single day. That same work ethic I had from high school, I began to keep during the business and all the habits that I built up. And moving forward, I knew that, there was competitors who were much bigger than me, but no one was going to outwork me. I went from 4 in the morning sometimes to even 8 p.m. every single night just working. I was working 16-hour days and I knew that no one was going to outwork me. That was the one thing that I had over everyone. It was my work ethic and the discipline I built up from those 2 years in high school. So for the first 6 months of our business, all we were doing was learning and cold calling. We started cold calling on 20 to 30 companies a day, and I used to always hate cold calls, being told to F off, being told to I'm not interested. It really did impact us emotionally, but for the first 6 months, we had no clients and we're working 12 hours a day, which was, again, obviously you can debate what type of work we were doing. It was YouTube videos and studying, always putting off tasks that drive the business forward. But after 6 months, I remember doing a cold call, and this guy said, yep, I'm located near you. Can you come to my house and I'll see what you're talking about? So again, very, very risky, but I made a decision to go to his house, pitched him, and he loved the idea. And that was my first ever client, and that was for Facebook ads. Now with that client, about 1 to 2 months in, we absolutely killed it with the results with him. He was so happy, gave us a video testimonial, and I knew from that day forward, I could help as many service-based businesses as possible. Now fast forward another year, our business then began to have a bottleneck of not just landing more clients, but now fulfilling our current clients. And eventually we hit a ceiling where we overpromised and had high churn. And overnight, within a month, our business started to fall and we had clients leave. Now the reason why I say that story is not for some empathy. The reason why is because I've been to that point where you have the lowest of the lows. Okay, you're struggling to get business. I've been in that exact situation where you're struggling and you're stressed out. I remember one night I even wrote on a whiteboard saying that I would either die or I would succeed, which is one of the most stressful nights I've ever had with all our clients, most of the clients leaving. And I remember from that day forward, I knew that I was going to make it either way and I was going to make this work. So from then, we invested over $50,000 into our education, whether it was in mentors, courses, and masterminds, traveling all the way from Australia to Spain with a 25-hour flight, focusing on going to masterminds and networking with high-end entrepreneurs that are making 8 figures, 9 figures a year. Businesses like that was where we knew we had to go. And so now fast forward from where we were then to where we are now. We now drive efficient revenue for service-based companies all over the world, okay? And that's through high LTV acquisition and consistent month-on-month growth for service-based companies. And so fast forward from back then to now, our revenue has grown. We now have a sense of purpose within our agency, and more importantly, we're able to take care of our family, our friends, and overall have a mission to help as many service-based companies scale as quick as possible and as fast as possible. So if you're a service-based business owner struggling to scale your company, you do not need another agency, you need a growth partner, an official growth partner that's focused on your offer, that's focused on your business as a whole, and not just running ads. There's a lot that goes into scaling a company. 20% is acquisition, 80% is retention. Again, the analogy we like to use at A&M Media is you have a house, the ads is just the door. There is so much more to building out that house and that company, which is why we have to be coming across as an official growth partner and what we do with our clients. So if you're a service-based business owner struggling to scale your business online, click on the link below and see if you qualify. I'll see you guys on the course soon, and I wish you guys all the best.